Right, folks, we're doing our live WWE show review here on this YouTube channel for the first time ever, as I bring you guys one of my staples. That is my WWE show review, and this one is for Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WWE Elimination Chamber, and man, was it one hell of an Elimination Chamber premium live event that had all of the WWE Universe right on the edge of their seats. And now, as we head into this Monday Night Raw here on March 3rd, 2025 in Buffalo, New York, we definitely seen chaos and a whole lot of excitement from the WWE Universe on this Monday Night Raw in Buffalo, New York, and we've seen the GOAT, Michael Cole, at ringside with Pat McAfee, as we see CM Punk kicks off the show on Monday Night Raw, and man, did he have a lot to say, not only about John Cena, but also about The Rock, as he calls out John Cena for being a hypocrite and saying, hey John, guess what? We can all see you now for the hypocrite you actually are, because we see through you, John. And not only that, we also seen CM Punk give out a couple of insults to the final boss that could come back to hurt him. And not only that, just to give you guys a little bit of the knowledge that I know as a super WWE fan right here on Tim Reynolds Show on this WWE review, we did see an interview just a few months ago from CM Punk on a popular wrestling podcast where he did tell everybody there at the host of this podcast that in 6 months, tell me how you really feel about me. And oh man, this could have something to do with the favor that CM Punk has, but we'll have to wait and see how this plays into CM Punk's road to WrestleMania and after. But guys, as of this Monday Night Raw, right after he insults and calls out John Cena and The Rock for what they did at WWE Elimination Chamber, CM Punk then calls out the man who cost him his WWE Elimination Chamber match, and that was Seth freaking Rollins. And I tell you what, guys, I was a little bit surprised it took Seth Rollins so long to come out to the ring, but after we see CM Punk throw Becky Lynch's name in his mouth, oh no, Seth Rollins wasn't gonna let that fly, as he goes out and attacks CM Punk, no words given, as we've seen both CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins beat the living hell out of each other. And guys, I could not believe it, and this beatdown, this brawl would go on throughout the night before both men finally were taken out of the arena by WWE security, and general manager Adam Pearce was trying his damnedest to make sure he got some actual order on Monday night. But you know how it rolls with general manager Adam Pearce. He can't get order on Monday Night Raw to save his life. And thank you guys so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as this is my WWE show review for Monday Night Raw here on February 3rd, 2025 in Buffalo, New York. CM Punk kicks us off, and after that huge brawl with him and Seth freaking Rollins, I'm just going to skip to what we found out later on in the show. And after we've seen Seth Rollins and CM Punk fight each other once again backstage before they were taken out of the arena, we see general manager Adam Pearce makes it official. And next week on Monday Night Raw, we will see CM Punk go one-on-one with Seth freaking Rollins inside a steel cage. And man, this is going to be one of the most epic matches on Monday Night Raw since it debuted on Netflix. And if it's anything like what we seen when the first time CM Punk and Seth Rollins faced off when Monday Night Raw debuted on Netflix, we are in for one hell of a match. And guys, this opening segment, you know I gotta give an A. I thought this was very, very good for CM Punk. Anytime you have CM Punk on the mic pissed off, you know you're gonna get a big rant and a lot of action on the mic from CM Punk. And now it looks like we could see a feud brewing once again between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. I can't wait to see what happens, but it's gonna be a little crazy, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out. This storyline between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Then, guys, next up after this, we would see backstage the Judgment Day as they're all happy and celebrating Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez's big victory last week when they became the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And it looks like Finn Balor is a little down in the dumps. Dirty Dominic Mysterio tries to check on him, but Finn sort of shrugs him off, with Liv talking to Dom about how excited she is for her and Raquel to now be three-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And also, it looks like Raquel is going to try to put herself in the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship picture as well here on Monday Night Raw. But Liv checks on Finn Balor, asking, Finn, are you okay? What's wrong? And Finn says, no, I'm fine. You know, as it looks like Finn is totally disinterested right now in what the Judgment Day's been doing. But he says that he's embarrassed what happened to Carlito, and Finn Balor also says he's embarrassed for what happened to Dirty Dominic Mysterio last week against the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. And as they tried to jump Braun was able to fight off all members of the Judgment Day except for Finn Balor, because Finn Balor went to go grab a steel chair, and as he stepped in the ring to use that chair, we would see Big Braun Breaker stare down Finn Balor until he walked away with the steel chair, not doing anything. And that's what Dirty Dominic Mysterio calls out Finn Balor about, saying, you're embarrassed about what we did? Well, what did you do, Finn? As last time I thought you were walking out with a steel chair in your hand, walking away from Big Braun Breaker. And oh man, after this, Dirty Dominic Mysterio again tries to suggest that another new member should be welcomed into the Judgment Day, but Finn Balor isn't having any of that. And because of that, Finn Balor says that he will go ahead and handle the Braun Breaker problem tonight himself. And Liv Morgan says, well, it sounds like you got a plan. Good luck, Finn. And we'll have to see what happens later on Monday Night Raw. Will Finn Balor challenge Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship or call him out for a fight? Well, we're going to find out here on this WWE show review for Monday Night Raw. And then, guys, after that segment backstage has me intrigued, so I'm going to lead this to a question for you guys here on Tim Reynolds Show. And that question is, how long do you think the Judgment Day is going to last on Monday Night Raw before we eventually see the Judgment Day finally split up? It's only a matter of time, guys. I mean, we're seeing some chips. It's only a matter of time, guys. We're seeing some chips in the armor. Sorry about that, guys. We're seeing some chips in the armor, and I guarantee you that the Judgment Day's days are numbered right now as we see them. Now, we could see this faction do exactly what we've seen them do before, which is add some new members and maybe eliminate some members, but we could see the end of the Judgment Day coming here very soon in the next few months, if not this year in 2025 for the WWE. But I'm going to go ahead and put that question in the chat for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Judgment Day days are numbered? And there you go, guys. Question now in the chat. And now moving on to our next segment. Here we go to our first match of the night, which was Otis taking on the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. And Gunther disrespects Otis before this match, saying he's just like Jey Uso, trying to pander to all these friends and entertain them instead of being a serious wrestler, as we see Gunther does give Otis a little bit of respect, saying that he's got some talent, he's got some raw ability, but will he be able to use it? Gunther doesn't think so, as he goes one-on-one with Otis. This was an incredible effort by Otis in this match, but unfortunately the ring general ends up on top with the victory, as we see the World Heavyweight Champion gets the win in this match against Otis. Guys, I gotta give this match a grade of a B. I really thought it was a good back and forth match. Otis definitely showed a lot of fight in this match, but it was the ring general Gunther, who came down with the victory. And after the match, guys, we would see Gunther attack Otis, and Akira Tozawa, the friend and partner of Otis for Alpha Academy, tries to help out, but he is no match for the ring general as Gunther continues to beat down Akira Tozawa and Otis before we would see main event Jey Uso would come out to save the day and rescue his friends, but that was not before we would see shortly after this an attack by A-Town Down Under as Grayson Waller and Austin Theory make a big statement here, beating down the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship after the actions last week when we seen that Jey Uso was checking on his friends Akira Tozawa and Otis in the medical room, and as he was leaving, he runs into Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, who had a lot of shit talking they wanted to do to Jey Uso, and try to tell him, you really think that you can dethrone Gunther and become the World Heavyweight Champion? No one believes that, and you are in a fantasy land if you think that that's possible. And we would see Grayson Waller end up eating those words literally with a super kick from Jey Uso last week, which led to this attack where we seen Grayson Waller and Austin Theory looking for a little payback against Jey Uso, but main event Jey Uso would fight back against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, even with the numbers against him. But the ring general Gunther would take advantage of this distraction, and he would end up locking in the sleeper hold on Jey Uso and passing him out in the middle of the ring. And as the World Heavyweight Champion raises his title over his head while standing over top main event Jey Uso, this was a huge statement made by Gunther. But man, this match, guys, I'm giving a grade of a B between Gunther and Otis. A very good match, but man, after the match is what everyone's talking about. And I tell you, this main event match at WrestleMania 41 between main event Jey Uso and Gunther is going to be one hell of a match, and I can't wait to see it, guys. And then next up after this on Monday Night Raw, we would then see AJ Styles backstage interviewed and asked about what happened at the Elimination Chamber when John Cena shocked the world and joined The Rock, joining forces with the Final Boss and betraying Cody Rhodes, turning heel. And man, after that, AJ Styles says, I don't know, crazy to see. I can't believe how many views it got on social media. But then AJ Styles is interrupted by Karrion Kross, as we've seen Karrion Kross over the last few weeks sort of get involved in other people's business like Sami Zayn and now AJ Styles. I don't know what Karrion Kross's point is here, or what's his ploy, or what's his plan, or anything really, as he walks up to AJ Styles and says, now come on AJ, you of all people should understand why someone in John Cena's position chooses to join forces with someone like The Rock. I mean, come on. Because of that, now he's able to get more respect put on his name, and all these young guys around here in the locker room are going to respect him more for it. And AJ Styles would disagree, saying, nah, I'm no John Cena, brother. I'm AJ Styles. And it looks like I need to remind people around here who AJ Styles really is. So speaking of Logan Paul, it looks like AJ Styles is going to be calling out Logan Paul next week on Monday Night Raw. And guys, after that interview with AJ Styles, I'm really interested to see next week on Monday Night Raw. Will we see a match between him and Logan Paul? Or are we building this up as possibly a WrestleMania match where we could see AJ Styles go one-on-one with the Maverick Logan Paul at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas in the grandest stage of them all? Well, if you ask me, WrestleMania is only going to get better if you put Logan Paul on the card, and AJ Styles is itching to get a match at WrestleMania. So we'll see what to make of this interview and call out by AJ Styles next week on Monday Night Raw. Then, guys, next up after this on our WWE show review right here on Tim Reynolds Show, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We would see our next match of the evening, and this match would be for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, as we would see the challenger, Ivy Nile, the Pitbull of American Made, take on the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lila Valkyria. And we would see one hell of a match between these ladies, even though Ivy Nile was able to work on the left leg of Lila Valkyria, injuring it, and was able to use that injury to her advantage. We would see Ivy Nile dominate most parts of this match, but near the end, it would be the champion's grit of Lila Valkyria. She's able to fight through the knee pain and get the victory against Ivy Nile to retain her WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And guys, an incredible match in this one, and I'm giving this match grade of an A here on Tim Reynolds Show. One hell of a match, and I cannot believe what an epic championship match that these two ladies put on Monday Night Raw, and this would actually lead into a string of matches here on Monday Night Raw that were definitely A grade here on Tim Reynolds Show. And guys, after that match, congratulations to Lila Valkyria, who retains her title. Now we'll have to wait next week to see who is actually in the Women's Intercontinental Championship picture and who will challenge the champion Lila Valkyria going forward. And after that, guys, after that match, we would see backstage Seth Rollins and CM Punk still fighting with each other, just like we mentioned at the start of this WWE show review. And guys, because of that, that would mean next week we get that match we told you guys about, as it will be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, and not just any match. It's a steel cage match. And General Manager Adam Pearce makes that official. Then next up after this, guys, we would see Ludwig Kaiser make an appearance inside the ring, talking to the WWE Universe and the fans there in Buffalo, New York, saying that a lot of people need to start showing him more respect and give him all of your gratitude, as Ludwig Kaiser thinks that he deserves to get more attention than Penta, one of the hottest superstars right now on the Monday Night Raw roster. I'm not so sure about that, Ludwig, but he definitely impressed over the last few weeks, not only with the way he was able to compete against Penta, but also the way he was able to win that triple threat match last Monday with Pete Dunne and Penta in the ring at the same time. They put on one hell of a match, but Ludwig Kaiser was able to come out of the victory there in that one. Then, guys, next up after this, we would see Penta come out to call out, or I guess answer the call out of Ludwig Kaiser after he's running his mouth about him, and that's when Penta would attack and take it right to Ludwig Kaiser, and Ludwig is definitely getting a lot more for his buck than I think his mouth can handle, and we'll definitely see what happens going forward, as I do believe that this rivalry brewing here between Kaiser and Penta could definitely be one that we all love to watch and see. Then next up after this, guys, we would see an interview backstage with Bianca Belair, the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match this past Saturday, as she became the first ever WWE Women's Superstar to win the Chamber twice. And because of that, she would be asked about the start of the Elimination Chamber, was when we seen Jade Cargill return to the WWE, and she attacks the friend of Bianca Belair, Naomi, her tag team partner. They were champions just last Monday on Monday Night Raw before they lost the titles to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And now Jade Cargill starts off the Elimination Chamber by literally beating the hell out of Naomi, and man, Bianca was freaking out. We even see Jade Cargill close the steel cage Elimination Chamber door right on the head of Naomi, and man, this was crazy to see. But after that, Bianca Belair was able to get it together and somehow win the Elimination Chamber match. And in this interview, she'd be asked about those circumstances that started the Women's Elimination Chamber match, match, and she doesn't want to speculate, and she wants to make sure that she goes and has a conversation not only with Naomi, but also with Jade Cargill to find out exactly what happened. And guys, on this WWE show review, I just got to give my opinion about this situation. I think heel Jade Cargill is definitely something we all need to see, because that's definitely going to be epic, but I'm not sure if Naomi is really the person that attacked Jade Cargill. I mean, I haven't seen heel Naomi yet. So we could possibly be seeing a heel Naomi as we step further into Monday Night Raw. And man, it's going to be crazy. And welcome back in the chat, guys. I got G in the chat, Anthony in the chat. Shout out Madden, and also shout out Jeffrey Champion. And guys, this is my WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. As we'll keep it going here, guys, I'll try to answer your questions and get to your chats here in a little bit. As we see Jeffrey there saying, oh, they're saying Bianca left the triple threat match and that Bianca's heel turn is in the making. Hey man, Jeffrey, I have it under good authority on my WWE information that Bianca Belair we may not see her turn heel in a long time. So I will tell you this, Jeffrey, if we do see the heel turn, it's going to be pretty epic coming from Bianca Belair, and I can't wait to see it happen. But Bianca in this interview refuses to give anything away that she's going to ask her friends or how she's going to go about handling this situation, but Bianca does tell us that she plans on watching the main event, tonight's main event on Monday Night Raw, which will feature the WWE Women's World Championship on the line as Rhea Ripley defends the Women's World Championship against Io Sky in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Then next up after this, we see a video montage, or a video promo, if you will, from Chad Gable, the leader of American Made, who's been gone the last few weeks on a journey to sort of learn the ways to defeat Lucha Libre, to defeat the luchadors that have been giving him such problems on Monday Night Raw over the last few months. And guys, it was revealed that he's talking to some guy in an alley, some dark alley somewhere, giving him money for a box, and in that box, we don't know what it is, but I do speculate that it may be a luchador mask, as the man handing him this box in the shadows, an older gentleman, if you will, tells Chad Gable that what he wields inside that box has power that he cannot fathom, and we'll have to wait and find out what exactly this means, but we could possibly see a luchador mask for Chad Gable of American Made. This could be very interesting to check out, but a very interesting video on Monday Night Raw nonetheless, and we'll have to wait to see next week on Monday Night Raw whether Chad Gable actually got a luchador mask or what he did to be able to overcome the odds against these Mexican luchadors that he can't seem to beat, like Penta and Rey Mysterio. And next up after this, guys, we would then see our next match of the night, as we would have the World Tag Team Championships on the line, as we would see the War Raiders defend their World Tag Team Championships against the challengers, and that would be the Creed Brothers of American Made, as we see Julius and Brutus put on one hell of a fight against the War Raiders. We even seen Julius land a super clean shooting star press. And if you guys don't know what that move is, you got to check it out online. This guy does a complete backflip in the middle of the air and lands perfectly on one of the War Raiders, taking him down. And right when it looked like American Made was going to win this match, somehow, some way, the War Raiders find a way to be able to pull out the victory, and they retain their WWE World Tag Team Championships. And guys, my match grade for this tag team match, I gotta give it an A, man. I really thought these guys showed out. I mean, the War Raiders always look good, but the Creed Brothers of American Made continue to impress, and man, it's really, really cool. And thank you, Chef. Welcome to the chat. new friend to the chat there, says you should be a commentator for WWE, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. And after that match, like I said, guys, I give that match grade an A, an epic tag team match on Monday Night Raw. The War Raiders continue to be the top of the class of the tag team division here on Monday Night Raw, but I'm sure there's a lot of other contenders, a lot of other tag teams we could see going for those World Tag Team Championships. So, guys, my match grade for this one is an A, but a question for you guys. Let me know what you think in the chat. Who do you guys think will be the next tag team to challenge the War Raiders for those World Tag Team Championships? Let me know what you think in the chat, guys. And next up after this, guys, we would then see a video message, a promo, if you will, from LWO, who are challenging the New Day after we've seen the return of Rey Mysterio with Dragon Lee and the rest of LWO behind him. We see Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee challenge the New Day, where next week, it is official, we will see the New Day go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee of LWO in a tornado tag match, which means no tags, no disqualifications, and man, this is going to be one epic tornado tag match. As we know, Rey Mysterio and LWO Dragon Lee, they're looking to get their hands on New Day and beat them to a bloody pulp after everything they've been doing, not only to talk crap, but also to disrespect the LWO. And guys, next up after this, we see Finn Balor right after commercial break interrupting an interview with Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Champion, as Finn Balor calls out Braun Breaker saying that he can come take that championship belt off of him anytime Finn Balor wants to. But if you guys ask me, Finn has not been very successful, it feels like, with these challenges as of late. So what could this possibly mean? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Braun Breaker wasn't going to take all that shit. All that shit talking? No, Braun Breaker comes right through the crowd, right into the ring, and he looks to challenge and attack Finn Balor, but not before we've seen Carlito and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, of course, come out and try to attack Big Braun Breaker, and Breaker wasn't having any of that, man, as he would fight off Dirty Dom and Carlito, and as Finn Balor would take advantage of the distraction, beating down Big Braun Breaker inside the ring, we would see Breaker really be able to challenge right back against Finn Balor and fight off the rest of the Judgment Day. And as Finn and Dirty Dominic Mysterio run away, it's Carlito who catches a big spear out of nowhere on the outside of the ring, and it looks like Finn Balor is going to look to put himself into contention for that men's Intercontinental Championship. And guys, Braun Breaker to me still looks like one of the dominant champions right now in WWE, and I think definitely him versus Finn Balor could be one epic match for the Intercontinental Championship. Then, guys, next up after this, we then see backstage main event Jey Uso actually being asked about how he's going to handle shit going forward after what went down here on Monday Night Raw with the ring general Gunther putting a big sleeper hold headlock on main event Jey Uso and tapping him out, pretty much putting him out, passing him out inside the ring after the attack from Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. And we did find out that main event Jey Uso will take on Grayson Waller one-on-one in a match next week on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, as we see Jey Uso get emotional. And he would actually say that nobody seems to believe in him or believe that he can actually go out there and get this job done in the main event at WrestleMania. But Gunther, congratulations. You got me tonight. But you unleashed a beast out of main event Jey Uso, who promises to walk out of WrestleMania 41 in the main event as the World Heavyweight Champion. And after that message, Jey Uso walks out of the arena, and now we'll have to wait and see what happens after his match next week against Grayson Waller. And then, guys, after this, we get to our main event of the evening. And guys, this one would be a shocker to the WWE Universe, and especially to me here on Tim Reynolds Show, as we would see Rhea Ripley go one-on-one with Io Sky, and the Women's World Championship would be on the line. And what an epic back and forth match with the number one contender, the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match, Bianca Belair at ringside, I really do think that this was going to bode well for Rhea Ripley. I thought we were definitely going to see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair in the main event at WrestleMania. But guys, that's not how we look at it here at the end of this main event, as we see Rhea Ripley gets distracted by Bianca Belair when Bianca was trying to root for Io Sky and let her know, hey, you need to get back in the ring, as the ref was getting close to the 10 count to count out Io Sky. And as she barely gets back into the ring, we then see Rhea Ripley not happy with Bianca Belair as she goes outside the ring and then gets in the face of Bianca Belair and wants to talk trash, wants to get distracted, and Io Sky would take advantage as we see Rhea Ripley carry Io Sky to the top turnbuckle, look back at Bianca Belair and say, see you at WrestleMania, Bianca. And then out of nowhere, Io Sky hits a Hurricane Rana off the top rope. And after that, with Rhea Ripley planted in the middle of the ring, we would see Io Sky land another moonsault. But this time, she gets the victory. And your new Women's World Champion, it's Io Sky! And she remains undefeated against Rhea Ripley in her WWE career. And wow, what an epic match this was. What an epic main event. Guys, I gotta give my grade of an A for this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. This main event match stole the show. And the distraction on the outside, of course, there's a distraction, but I never would have thought that Rhea Ripley wasn't walking out as the Women's World Champion after this match. So now, with this victory, with this grade A match here on Tim Reynolds Show, it looks like we will have Io Sky defending the Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair in the main event at WrestleMania 41. And what an epic Monday Night Raw this was, guys. And this has been my WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys for hanging out here on the channel. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube for more of my WWE show reviews after every Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. This is the first time we did a live WWE show review, so hope you guys liked it. I'll try to get to the chat here real quick before we go. Shout out to my boy Jeffrey in the chat. What's going on, man? And Jeffrey says, did you hear about Penta's brother getting released by AEW? Rumors are he will be joining WWE. Whoo, I tell you what, I didn't actually know, and I believe I know the guy you're talking about. Don't know his name off the top of my head, but I do believe that that will be somebody that WWE looks at, because if you can get a good tag team partner for Penta, the sky's the limit right now for Penta. I think that's going to be really, really cool going forward. A new member of the Judgment Day is coming is what I got out of that. Hey, you know, I would possibly see that. I might even see maybe Finn Balor getting to be replaced. Or one of the things that I've been guessing is maybe Dirty Dominic Mysterio goes babyface. That might be pretty interesting to see as well. People are saying they should have been DQ'd. There should have been a DQ and Rhea Ripley was going to use it to get WrestleMania and the triple threat. When Bianca first started attacking and like getting in the grill of Rhea Ripley, yeah, I kind of thought the same thing too. Like, oh, there's going to be a disqualification here. Io Sky's going to miss out on another chance for the Women's World title, and now there's going to be a triple threat. But right now, as far as it's played out, it's going to be Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. We'll just have to wait and see if Rhea Ripley can find a way to get herself back in that WWE Championship picture. But we'll have to wait. And what's going on, man? Hell yeah. Riker, what's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out, brother. Appreciate you. Welcome to this WWE show review, guys, on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for the channel. And what a crazy Monday Night Raw it was. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on the channel. I appreciate you guys and all the support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, WWE Universe, and thank you, wrestling fans. But if we get the Luchador brothers in the tag team division, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, and I tell you what, Jeffrey, that's true because the tag team division right now is on fire in the WWE, and it's only going to get better, especially what we see coming out of NXT here pretty soon. So you're so right, Naomi. They totally teased us, man. It was a crazy Elimination Chamber. And guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me on the show. Make sure you guys, you check out more of my WWE content that will be coming on my channel this week. I'll try to put in a WWE show review of Elimination Chamber. That will be posted on my channel as well this week. And we're going to give you guys some reactions on WWE Wednesday coming up this week as well, where we'll go over everything happened in the WWE and get you guys to answer some questions in the chat. That's going to be very fun. Can't wait for that. So thank you guys so much for hanging out here with me on Tim Reynolds Show. We got Riker who says, do you think John Cena would turn heel? Look, Riker, I never would have thought John Cena turned heel. I really don't think I would have seen it in my lifetime, but I got some little pointers on my WWE show review of Elimination Chamber that I'm going to show you guys that we are actually given a lot of hints about John Cena turning heel for a long time than I bet you most of you guys even realize. But it's going to be really cool to see. So please, guys, check out more of my WWE content, including my WWE show reviews after every Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown right here on Tim Reynolds Show, one of the most electrifying and exciting sports entertainment channels on all of YouTube. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here on the channel. Make sure you guys review this WWE show review and let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments, answer the questions that I got. Let me know what you guys thought of my grades and everything like that. And looks like we got one more question in the chat before we go from Lewis, who wants to know, who do you think is going to win, Cena or Cody? Right now, if I had to guess, I'm going to say Cena, but you never know. You never know. Thank you, Naomi. Take it easy. And Jeffrey, thanks for hanging out in the chat as well. Appreciate you, Riker. Let's see who else we got. A shout out Chef or Chief in the chat, not Chef. And then shout out my boy Anthony, my friend Glee, Madden. What's up, guys? Thank you, everybody, for hanging out in the chat. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and give a big like to this live stream after it goes on my channel. Appreciate you guys.